Hey there everyone, welcome back to another perfect pairing with me. Altenew released full 8.5 by 11 letter-sized colored cardstock sheets in August 2024. Let's use these cardstocks to create 2 cards featuring my favorite ways to make beautifully colored card bouquets. Before we get into today's project, make sure you subscribe to the Altenew channel for more card making and paper crafting tutorials. My Perfect Pairings with Jaycee series explores crafting techniques that effortlessly blend sure-to-love new releases and well-loved Altenew favorites. If you love these kinds of crafty tutorials, hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of my videos airing on the 2nd and 4th Sunday. I have already cut down my full letter size sheets down to 4¼ by 5½ inch panels. When I organize my crafting supplies, I like to use the packaging as much as I can if possible. I cut the sleeves that come with the cardstock packaging so that I can create little tabs that stick out past my cut cardstock panels. That way I can easily pair the cardstock with its coordinating ink. I store my cut cardstock panels in these bins that perfectly fit 4¼ inch wide panels to preserve what little space I have for a crafting area. For my first card, I'll use the Craft Your Life Project kit Flourishing Garden. I was digging through my Altenew stash for a large floral outline image that has a coordinating stenciled layer set. The Craft Your Life Project kit subscription is perfect for this need. I'll use all of the components of this project kit except for the embossing folder on this 1-layer card. On my stamp wheel, I have the black SlimGrip mat, and I'm centering a panel of blush cardstock to the SlimGrip mat. Once I've picked the orientation of the large floral cluster from Flourishing Garden on my cardstock panel, I'll ink up the outline. Blush comes from the Red Sunset Altenew color family. To stamp the outline, I'll use Velvet, the darkest color value in the set, to get a solid outline. Now that I have a foundation outline of the large floral cluster, I'll begin coloring this panel with the Red Sunset inks I just showed you, as well as some other inks. In chronological order, I'll start with the number 1 stencil in Craft Your Life Project Kit, Flourishing Garden. The set of 6 stencils in this project kit features a base and 1 detail layer for each of the open outlines. And on this first stencil, I'll apply blush ink to all the floral images in this cluster. I'm using a mini ink blending tool to get a gradient of this ink. Now, I'll admit, looking back on this project after the ink has dried, I should have started with Rouge, but in the end I still got a stunning result of blended flowers on the colored cardstock. So I'll say keep in mind the transparent quality of the Altenew Fresh Dye inks on your coordinating colored cardstocks. If you're ever in doubt, go ahead and swatch the ink layers you want to use on the back of the panel and see what the inks look like after they have dried. Because right now what you're seeing on camera is not going to be the final result of the card, which is totally okay. It's a learning experience and a fun experiment to see what kind of blooms you'll get. On the number 2 stencil, I'll keep the blush ink coloring consistent to fill in the rest of the floral images on the bouquet. Now this is where the fun part comes in for using colored cardstock as your base for floral coloring. I'm going to use colors next to pink and red on the color wheel to add the next few layers of color. With Golden Sunset Fresh Dye ink, I'll use chamomile to color in the set of detail images on the number 3 stencil. Then on the number 4 stencil, I'll go back to Red Sunset and use Rouge to apply the detail layers of the petals in the cluster. On the same stencil are the layers for the flower centers for the 2 large open blooms. I'll use Snapdragon from the Golden Sunset Fresh Dye ink set for the base layer. Then Terracotta to finish the details. On the number 5 stencil is a mix of flower centers for the Echinacea type flowers and foliage. Also next to red and pink on the color wheel is purple. Here is the Cherry Blossom Fresh Dye ink palette I decided to use on these layers. On these layers, I'll use Pink Diamond as a base. Then I'll move on to Pinkalicious ink to add a little depth to these layers. On the final number 6 layer stencil to this bouquet, I'll use Rubellite only on the foliage layers and leave the Echinacea detail layer smooth. That's all the layers to this bouquet using a mix of colors to get a color-blocked and vibrant mix. It kind of reminds me of a spring bulb mix that you can add to your garden. Let's add a sentiment to this card. I'm using the Big Hugs sentiment and crimson ink to add a base layer. Then adding a gradient of velvet by tilting the ink pad to capture the hugs part of the sentiment. Instead of using black or white splatter like I usually do, I decided to stick to the red sunset color family. I have Rouge watercolor brush marker refill, and I'm diluting this with a little water to add splatter throughout the card so that it's not a stark contrast or so I don't add another color family to the card. After adding splatter, I'll glue this panel to a folded note card base. And that will finish this pink color blocked card using stencils, inks, and a colored cardstock base. I'll stick to the Craft Your Life subscription for this next card. The reason I chose the Butterfly Marigold Craft Your Life Projects kit is because this kit contains an outline stamp, coordinating layer stencils, its coordinating shape die, and finally an embossing folder that exactly matches the outline of this set. So I'll be using the entire contents of this project kit on this next card. The base I decided to use fittingly is Buttercream cardstock. I think it'll give me a head start to vibrant marigold flowers in this cluster. I'm repeating the stamping process with the outline of the sets first, just like the first card. I'm not entirely sure what orientation I want to use on my card front, so I'm stamping the entire width of the marigold cluster for now so that I can trim it down once I'm done coloring. Buttercream is from the Summer Afternoon Fresh Dye ink family. To stamp this outline, I want more of a no outline look as opposed to the first card, so I'll use Warm Sunshine in this set of inks to stamp the outline. Then I'll use the coordinating outline die set to cut the large cluster from my Buttercream panel. Typically when I craft with coordinating embossing folders and stenciled images, I usually ink blend first and then emboss. This time I want to show you that you can achieve equally stunning results by embossing first and then stencil coloring. Unlike the first set of stencils from Flourishing Garden, Butterfly Marigold does not have a detail layer for each of the images. Instead, we will apply gradients of ink to each petal. To keep the bouquet interesting, I'm making two sets of marigold palettes. The outer two flowers are more yellow, and the center marigold is more red. At one point, I had one of each in my garden. So for the outer two flowers, I'll use Warm Sunshine blended with Caramel Toffee from Summer Afternoon Fresh Dye ink set. And then for the center flower, I'll use Warm Sunshine and Crimson from the Red Sunset Fresh Dye ink set. The first 3 stencils in the 4 stencil set contain images for the marigold petals and the small buds. The final stencil in the set contains the centers to the marigold flowers. I'll only apply Caramel Toffee and Crimson to their respective flowers. Then finally, I'll apply a gradient of Matcha Tea and Swamp Green from the Forest Trail Fresh Dye ink set to finish the marigold embossed cluster. To assemble and finish this card, I'll use another panel of Buttercream cardstock and stamp the outline image of Butterfly Marigold in a different orientation to the embossed cluster. I used Warm Sunshine just as before. Then I'll foam mount the embossed cluster on top of this stamped outline and trim the overhang from this image. Before I add the sentiment, I use the Mountain Mist watercolor brush marker refill to add light green splatters to the panel and marigold arrangement. Then finally, I foam mounted the Just a Note sentiment from Flourishing Garden project kit. I stamped this sentiment on white cardstock with Warm Sunshine Fresh Dye ink, just so that it stands out amongst the wash of yellow throughout the card. And that's 2 ways I love using colored cardstock. Using colored cardstock bases is such a great way to get instant, vibrant results on your cards. I hope you give this a try on your next card making project. My series encourages you to shop your existing Altenew stash and rekindle their love with newer releases. Perfect Pairings with Jaycee airs on the Altenew channel every second and fourth Sunday of the month. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for tuning in to this perfect pairing episode with me, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello there! Did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!